Cancer, welcome to your 5 card movie star spread. I am traveling and I did not pack my cards with the astrological sign that I usually use to label my videos. So what I did was I have another deck with me and whoop, those cards fell on the floor. I don't read from the floor. Anyway, what I did was I have another deck with me and I'm using the major arcana that signifies your astrological sign. So Cancer, if you were unaware, the Chariot is the tarot card that correlates with your astrological sign. Now you could Google why that is and find some very interesting information, but I am here for the 5 card movie star spread. So I'm going to just hit right into that. Cancer. Whew. New growth. Whenever I talk about the aces, and I know it's repetitive if you've heard this before, but I think it's important to understand. The aces are about high potential. High potential comes with low resolution. In order for you to do something with all of this energy, you need to process it through a framework. Okay? You have to do something in order to harness the potential, the energy that's available to you. But there's potential, and that's a beautiful thing. So the potential that you have is in regards to new growth, and the antagonist that you have in the position is the Queen of Pentacles in the inverse. So in the past, you have not been nurturing your resources to the best of your ability in order to allow in this new growth. So let these 2 cards together serve as a warning that you have done something, or you were doing something, or you have a habit of not really focusing on what it is you have at hand before you jump into a situation. So what I'm saying is you tend to jump into situations unprepared. This serves as a warning to slow down just a little bit and actually take stock of the resources that you have before you start to harness this potential energy by processing it through a framework to become something. Because the overall that you have, the overall theme, is the Four of Wands, and that is about reaching a milestone. That is about the beginnings of a foundation, of something very stable to move forward on. The journey that you have is this Knight of Pentacles in the inverse. This tells me that you were working on something. You had something, a plan in mind, and you were working it. And it was moving slowly, but something happened that brought it to a screeching halt. And it has something to do with the burden of responsibility. There are certain responsibilities that you have to take care of and have to maintain. You can't put anything down yet, okay? You aren't prepared to do that yet. So you have to maintain these responsibilities before you can move forward with this plan in order to reach this particular foundation. But like I said, it's high potential. The potential is there. But the resources and the plan that you had when you started weren't well thought out enough to bring this whole cycle into fruition. So long story short, it's back to the drawing board for you if you want to build a solid foundation. So this could be a vocational spread. It can also be about a personal relationship. But the idea that we have here is that you were planning to go in a particular direction, but something or someone had an idea of what this foundation is. So you need to get together with someone, or a group, or so if this is vocational, you might need to get together with a group of people. If this is about a personal relationship, you need to get together with that person and decide on what the foundation is that you want in order to move forward. There's a little bit of compromise involved here. It's not just about you. Okay? You had an idea that things would go this way. This person had an idea that things would go that way. If you guys want to build a solid foundation together, you guys need to get together and decide what, where, when, how, If one of you wants to build your house in the mountains and one of you wants to build your house in the beach, You have to find a mountain near the ocean. I guess is the best way to say it. Okay, this is a lot more difficult than I thought. Um, there is some inner conflict that you are willing to put aside, and you are willing to walk away from some things that you had put some time and energy in order to build this particular foundation. So, what I see here is you're willing to sacrifice, but the question is the other person willing to sacrifice? Is the other group willing to meet you in the middle? And your willingness to make these difficult decisions to sacrifice could be the bad habits that got you into this mess in the first place. Cancer, it feels to me like you have the potential to build this new foundation, but you are willing to sacrifice, and the person or persons or group that you're working with, A, either they're not willing to compromise, or B, they're unaware of the sacrifice that you're willing to make. So ask yourself that. If they're aware of the sacrifices you're willing to make, they may be unable to make this compromise or unwilling to make this compromise. Or if you feel that they're willing to compromise, are they really sure what your position is? So it's going to be a little bit different for each person, but it seems to me like you're willing to sacrifice more than the group or persons involved. And that's a little bit of a warning. You know, you might give up a little bit too much of yourself to get what you want. And the question is, are you ever really going to get what you want out of that? So you need to ask yourself two questions. What do I want? And are they willing to meet me in the middle? That's your starting point, not your ending point. Cancer, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will see you next time.